Hey guys, Dustin here, and today we're checking out the Steyr AUG. Yes! Now this is the AUG, and I don't know if you're supposed to say AUG, but I'm going to call it AUG because I can put vowels together. The A3M1. And a buddy of mine came up to me and he's like, hey, I want to get one of those. And so first thing I do, I go to BigDaddyUnlimited.com/Dustin because they're going to have the best prices. Because this thing normally runs over $2,000, but it was well below that. But it's not just because I'm a dealer. You can go there just the same. It's only 99 cents to try it the first month. You get wholesale prices on guns and ammo and optics, and you want to build your AR, they got all the parts. You want to go camping, they got that stuff too. All the outdoor gear. Just go to BigDaddyUnlimited.com/Dustin and check it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. And then it helps out the channel too. But this guy here is pretty unique. Of course, the Bullpup Design is the first thing that you notice. And because if you want to SBR, once you start putting suppressors on stuff, those tend to, you know, make things long and big. And so here is actually my 12.5-inch LaRue SBR that I built. And let's see, stock is collapsed and it's still a good bit longer than the AUG. If you extend the stock to where you'd want to shoot it with, then it's like you're getting, it's like this unsuppressed would be the same as this 16-inch suppressed with my Gemtech Trek on it. So pretty cool. Now it is 223. And there's several different variants of these. You got the old school ones, and hey, while I'm on it, the coolest thing I found about the old school ones is the full auto was like a progressive trigger or something, where you pull it a little bit and it's semi, and then you pin it all the way back and it starts going full auto. So that's cool. That's not what this one is because, you know, infringements and all that stuff. In fact, it sounds like it took a Steyr a while just to get the AUG imported in the first place. But it's neat because this is like a 40, 50-year-old design from the 70s, and it's still relevant today and pretty cool. Now there's some pros and cons, and that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to just put it up against my AR and just see see how it does. Now, the first thing, of course, is the balance. You pick up this, and even with the suppressor on it, it's like, wow, it's just balanced right there. Do that with an AR, and it's going to be front heavy. You got these 42-round mags in the back, and then then it's like perfectly balanced, and it has 30 rounds too. So, you know, not stuck to that. But that's pretty neat, and of course it's nice and compact there. No, but the takedown is just amazing. What AR can do that? Right there. There, you just pull the barrel out with the flick of the wrist, you hit this little button to press right there, and I was like, that is too cool. Because ideally, not practically because the supplies are short, but you could get like an 18 or a 20-inch barrel. Or I thought the coolest thing was if there'd be a 300 blackout, but they're coming, okay? Like they announced 4 years ago that they'd be coming because you could just push the button and then put it back in, and then you have a 300 blackout. How cool would that be? Okay, it's easier than punching the pins on an AR, and we all know how easy that is. So that's kind of cool. Your handle right here folds for transport, or what I liked was when I put on sandbags for testing accuracy. That was a nice little prone dealio. Your charging handle is just right here. Now we put a aftermarket charging handle on here because the real one sticks up at a 90 degree to where this one is at nice and straight. We can grab this easy, but when that other one, you can rack your knuckles on the optic and everything else. So this makes it nice and easy. It is a little flimsy though, but then it folds forward once it's down. Your safety is nice and ergonomic right here. The rail space is real limited though. You want to mount a light? Yeah, good luck. This is the only place. You want to activate it? Well, now you're using your trigger finger, or it's not ideal. This is the extended rail version. There are some with shorter. If it was not the extended, I'm not sure if we could fit the magnifier and the hollow sun on there as well. This sucker chunks some brass though. I actually put tape on here because just with a mag or two, this was starting it was starting to get chewed up just with a mag or two right there. Now, it is piston driven. And we'll pull those out in a second as well. You adjust it right here, which will get quite warm. and you actually use the Sling Swivel takedown pin as a tool to do that. But again, they're not quite in gear with the market, and so your piston settings are going to be regular, adverse conditions, so it's overgassed, or off. And it's quite loud still with the suppressor. They have some suppressed piston coming to the North American market. They're just on back order and all that jazz. My question is, suppressors are so mainstream, why aren't they included as a standard feature? I don't know that one. The safety is just right here. Easily take down. You can convert it to left hand by putting your port over here and purchasing a left-handed throw bolt. $250. And that's the thing on this joker. The parts and stuff are not cheap. I was on the website. You want a brass catcher, just a little net right there? $230 for a brass catcher. You know, we talked about the conversion bolt, $250. You want a firing pin upgrade kit? That was $135. And just if you want a spare parts kit with firing pin and some other pieces, I guess like a field repair kit, $225. I was like, yeah, just for a few of those, we could buy a whole new AR. But I guess that's not the point. Anyway, on takedown, you lock it back, to press that button, you can rip the barrel right out, put the bolt back down again, and then with this takedown button right here, the entire chassis comes loose from the receiver. A pretty neat, slick, and super easy. You have these two stainless steel guide rods that your bolt rides on. Oh, well, not really guide rods. Okay, this left piston is just for your charging. The right piston, that's all nice and dirty, is, you know, that's your actual piston. Your bolt face and everything's right here. It's all just nice and self-contained. As long as this doesn't get dunked in some nasty mud, I imagine it's going to run for a while. But thinking about if this thing got submerged in some filth, that's when I start seeing that it could have a failure. So I would not torture test this. Now, we talked about the Sling Swivel earlier. We're going to push the button, pull it out, and the butt pad comes off back here. And right here, we have our trigger group. It's that easy. And now we just have a plastic shell right here. So, I mean, it's almost like this joker was ahead of its time. But when you look at it and you're like, what the mess? That is a plastic hammer. Okay, crazy. And if you notice this little piece here, this is actually a trigger upgrade because the trigger is a Bullpup trigger. It's long, it's mushy, there's not really a great wall to it, and it was heavy. Putting this little piece on, I think dropped it from like 9 pounds to 7 pounds. But there we have it. So I think that's enough talking about the technical aspect of it. Let's get shooting. So the first thing I want to do while we have some sunlight right there is just blow something up with my high speed. And so we got that rolling. Let's shut up and shoot. Oh yeah! So this joker is still a little noisy with the suppressor, but I'm going to take them off just for a second so I can show you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to shoot it in regular. And like I said, we don't have a suppress setting on this one. We're going to shoot regular, and then we're going to go to just off and see what that sounds like. We're going to not shoot to the steel so we can just hear the gun. Okay. Nope, that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do because that was loud. And that's a full 16-inch barrel. So a lot of that noise, and probably that's the downside of a bullpup because that action is right here. Okay, so with this little tool, you kind of stick it in there, and then so this little bitty dot, if you can tell, that's your regular. Then the bigger dot will be adverse conditions, so if it gets dirty and just wasn't running, we can do that. But then what we can do is just turn it all the way around, actually puts it into off. It locks off. I believe that is for grenade launchers, so you send all your gas down there, but it'll work for giving us a idea of what's so stinking loud, and if it gets better. So I'll do it without ears again. Let's do it. It will make it single shot. Duh, there's no gas going to the piston. Much better, much better. But now single shot. It's an option, but the point is the gun's still loud. The thing that bugs me the most about this, see that right there? It's not the magazine itself. The mag well just digs into my wrist and arm, just because it's kind of crowded in there. So while I guess you could say that gives you some support because, you know, you have more points of contact, it's annoying and it bugs me. It's not comfortable. What we're gonna do is just see about those last 2 or 3 rounds, see what we can do on a reload. I'll just grab it off the table here. I got a 42 rounder. We're gonna just shoot. Wow, that was quick. Dump it, drop it. That's the mag catch. That wasn't it. It jammed. There we go. We have a casing stuck completely backwards there. I can't say it's the gun's fault if I have a suppressor on it though. So if it does it again, ouch, look at that joker. If it does it again, we're gonna have to desuppress. And while we're on the subject of magazines, this is the one that takes the original AUG mags. There is a NATO one, but my understanding is the NATO AUG will not bolt hold open. And there's a couple other changes on there too. So this is probably the more desirable one. All right, think we're still hot. Clear, restart. Here, let's do the same thing. Ah, I reached for my AR bolt catch. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I'm feeling some kind of blowback. I bet that gas piston's leaking and kind of just spraying on my hand a little. Reload for that was 3.98. All right, so we're gonna run this same thing with my AR just for a comparison time. But remember, these are 50-yard aimed shots. It's not these 3-yard high-speed trash on paper. This is gonna be aimed. Let's hit it. All right, a little faster than 4. God forgive me, I have polarized glasses. 2.69. Okay, so, but that means I'm almost twice as fast with the AR. Some is gonna be training, others is just gonna be ergonomics, and you have the advantage of that push button mag release. 2 different types of tests here. One, we're gonna see how fast I can run that trigger just because it's long and mushy. And then we'll compare it to the AR2 test. The AUGs are supposed to hate steel ammo. So what do? We're gonna feed it steel ammo and just tell it to deal with it, right? All right, let's do it. Put about 5 shots center mass. All right, all center mass, 153, our splits, that's what we're after. All right, anywhere from 0.18, 18, 18, 120, and 122. So, okay, so we say about 1.9 is our average. That's not bad. Let's try again. Okay, that was just a easy peasy. This feels good running it that way. First shot, 176. So 0.2, 0.16, 0.17, 0.15. So, it's getting a little faster. Let's try one more time just because I'm having fun and we're testing that wolf. I can't count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 6, 1, 8, 1, 7, 1, 6. So about 1, 6, 1, 7 splits. Still have ammo. Let's try this wolf ammo a little bit more. It ran. It's a little blowback. A little bit of blowback in the eye, but it ran. All right, running that 12-inch SBR just for comparison. LaRue MBT trigger. So, come on. That's kind of... I'm not ready! It's kind of cheating. That's 4. It makes it for the 6 the other time. 1, 5, and 1, 6. All right, do it again. Gassy. All right, those splits. 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 7 was the first split. Okay, just again because I'm having fun. One 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 4, and 1, 2, 1, 8 was the first one. Not that huge a difference from running the AUG. Just a little edge, but that's fun. That's fun right there. All right, so we're gonna see how we do prone, because some people say prone is rough with these 42 round mags because you're not pivoting in the middle, you're pivoting in the rear. We don't know till we try, right? So let's try. I'm gonna engage that new Hey, actually, okay, it's like backwards. So instead of putting my hand under the rear like we're a sandbag, I put my hand under the front and rest it. That's something. All right, not a bad group on that Know Your Limits. I'm gonna transition to HSM ammo and see what we can do on that small guy. This stuff, okay, so it's full. It don't like going in when it's full. Let's download one. There we go. All right, so this, the AUG is around 3 or 4, MOA with bulk ammo, but this HSM the other day, 75 grain, it was sub 1 MOA. I was like, haha, we found something it likes. First one's still gonna be the old school stuff. Now we got the HSM. Low left, low right. Now we're hitting. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna hold. Woo, that made that little guy spin. Oh my gosh. So I'm realizing that my point of impact change is probably due to me attaching a suppressor to it. But we're hitting. We got a group of about like that with that. So pretty good when we're holding it that way. All right, guys, so that's about it with the Steyr AUG. Pretty neat little package. Got some pros, got some cons. If you really like it, and that's what you're gonna, if you adapt to it and, get some training reps down with those repetitions and really learn the trigger, you're gonna do fine with it. But then you're also gonna love a real AR when you pick it up with a good trigger in it. So yes, pros and cons, but options are nice and guns are fun. That's pretty much all we have for today. Remember to get notifications, like and subscribe and all that stuff. Really appreciate you watching. You can check out our Patreon if you really love me. Otherwise, okay, I love you, bye-bye. Did you see that? Going to 1,000! Come on, Nussie! Come on, Nussie! I came in like a wrecking ball! Yeah! Oh, perfect! Yeah!